All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do issue 2 of Geiger. This is the continuous, ongoing series. That's the word I was looking for. By Geoff Johns, Gary Frank, Brad Anderson, Rob Lee, and covered by Ivan Reis or Ivan Reis. Not sure how you say it. Ivan Reis, you probably know from the Green Lantern series and Ghost that I'm reviewing, and a lot of other books. He's a great artist. And you know what strikes me? It's $3.99. And if you buy a new Marvel comic, a new DC books, you're paying $4, $5, $6 maybe. They are really expensive, right? Unless you want to have the shitty books that nobody wants to read, then you probably pay $3 or $4 or something, probably $4. But if you want to have quality, I must say, Image Comics is knocking out of the park. They have really talent on board, especially with what Image is doing now. I mean, for instance, if we go here in the back and we see all this talent that is involved, these are all professionals, right? Look at this, all these guys that are working on these comics, like Brian Hitch, Gary Frank, Jason Fabok, Geoff Johns, Rob Lee, Brad Anderson, and there is more and more and more comics coming out there. So yeah, I only have to read Redcoat. Maybe I'm picking this up in trade paperback. I'm not entirely sure, but I missed on the first couple of issues. Maybe I can get them. Who knows? But yeah, that's for later. For now, we're gonna focus on Geiger. And if you wants to know what's going on, you can pause the video. You can read what's here. But so yeah, without further ado, let's dive into the story. We see Nate, the nuclear man, who is joined our glowing man, Tariq. And they are hunting for some food. But then this is a boar, right? Yeah, the boar stops, and then Tariq comes and he sees that, well, it has a family. And you think, okay, he's gonna let them live. But then he says, hey, the levels are low. But it's got a family, Mr. Geiger. It's the first clean meat we come across in over a week, Knight. We still got some beans. Not enough. So he does what he do. And then, yeah, this boar's food. All right. So Nate is guilt-ridden because he was a bad guy once. He wants to redeem himself, and he is talking and talking and talking about what he did in the past, about this guy that is blind in one eye and he was a cheater, and then they are plucking his eye out with a cocktail fork. And then Tariq says, "This isn't a confessional night, and I'm not a priest." "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Geiger. I was only making conversation. I don't want conversation. I want just to get where we are going." And so they are coming here to this town. And this whole story is a little bit more like, what's the word? Western, I guess. You can see with the town, and there's a sheriff, and the sheriff knows Mr. Geiger here, or know him as the glowing man. And he says, hey, we have enough trouble here. And but then Nate is going outside. He says, what happened here? Was there an attack? It's not our concern, Nate, says Geiger or Tariq. But the damage outside, and these people look upset. Maybe we need your help? Whatever is going on with this town, it's not our problem. We only get here to get information. And he says, hey, you there with the ugly face. I thought the glowing man destroyed the nuclear knights. Not all of us, it seems, sir. So the sheriff says, well, there are quite a few people in Silverton who had family and friends tormented by your armored brutes over the years. They likely asked me to string you up right here and now. Oh. But so Tariq defends him and said, this is a good man, He's not part of that group from Vegas anymore. And we only came here for a name. There are stories of another person like me, one who was cured. I was told they live here. So the sheriff looks at him, right? And then he says, well, I can help you, but you have to do something for us too. So it seems there is a masked raider. He sets off explosions, takes what he wants, medicine, food, etc. 2 people died. So when he broke his leg trying to chase him down. Now, although Silverton's big on hearts, short on volunteers. So basically he says, if you kill him, I might get you the name that you are, from the person that you're looking for. He says, well, I'm no gun for hire, Sheriff. Wait, glowing man, the grudges run deep around here. You don't help us, and I let the mob outside loose on your night. They won't be as willing to accept your endorsement as readily as me. So what will it be? All right, so he agrees, but then they are on the rooftop, and well, Nate is here talking, because he's grateful for having food. But then he talks and talks and talks. Well, Tariq is reading a book here, right? He says, so Nate says, we spent 20 nights camped out here in the Nevada desert fighting the big bucks until we finally saw you glowing. You probably don't remember that night, but it was the first time we met. It was the third night who charged you. You melted my sword and called me some names. And, well, it's an honor to be here now, though, doing some good. Like you, we are heroes. Will you give it a rest? He accidentally burns his book. Yeah, his Geiger or Tariq is not having it. And he's basically shaming him. And he says, listen, we are not heroes. This is not an act of altruism, you idiot. It's a trade. These townspeople would hang us both from the rafters given the chance. And this whole talk about someone who was cured, even if it's real, so what would I do with it? This is a waste of time. You're a waste of time. And he says, yeah, I know I am. It's all my fault. And he says, look. But then there's an explosion happening. And it's the thief, right? And he's on a motorbike. But then Tariq jumps down from this rooftop. I mean, does he have superpowers like invulnerability or super strength or something? I need to check that out. I don't know. So, okay, but this guy turns around with his motorbike, and there's a train, and he jumps on the train from his motorbike, and accidentally or conveniently, Tariq has, or the Atomic Knight here has motorbikes. So he says, don't slow down. So they are doing the same thing, but Tariq, has this rods planted into the top of the train, but the knight is falling off, as we all expected, I guess. And he says, I didn't mean to slow you down, but we're going so fast. Don't let me fall. Your arm is so damn heavy. All right. He saves him. So this guy throws a grenade, explodes luckily on top of them, and they are not hurt. He says, stay put. I'll do this myself. So he turns into, the radioactive man. And I must say it looks cool, especially with the nighttime. The green is very nice to look at. And this guy knows he's in trouble. But what strikes me a little bit here, or what I noticed is, look at this borders, right? So we have all these borders are exactly the same. It has the same, dimensions, I guess. Centimeters, inches, whatever you call it. Except for here. It's not a criticism, but I noticed it, and I'm not sure if I like it. Why not, do the same thing here? I mean, look at this. What's the purpose? All right? Anyway, moving on. So the glowing man is ready to attack. Bullets don't phase him because he's extremely radioactive. So this guy escapes, and there's a car waiting. Glowing man comes in, and okay, this guy he has a family, right? And he says, please don't hurt them. All right, so the theme here is family. Is that a title? Who knows? So he gives the sheriff the mask, he killed him. So the sheriff gives him the name, but then it's been revealed here that Tariq didn't kill him. So you let him go. If you know what's good for him and his family, you're going to stop stealing like you told him. All right. But then, oh no, he's getting zapped because he talks about, he's getting a second chance, right? And then this guy says, tell me which direction the glowing man went. Tell me now or I'll kill the children first. First. Who's this guy? All right, then that leads us to the next issue with Junkyard Joe. Now, I have Junkyard Joe's comics that I really, really, really want to review, but I am only still missing issue number 2. I cannot get it anywhere, which is really frustrating. I did number 1 review, but that's months ago. It's so frustrating. But anyway, we're going to read the next one. And I'm really enjoying this. I wish the story was a little bit longer, because with new comics, this is 20, 22, 24 pages. It's not much, unfortunately. So if you also want to have, some files on the nuclear night, please pause the video and you can, read it for yourself here if you want. So I'm still on board with the Ghost Machine. I really like this. Great art, great direction, great storytelling, exciting, unlike some other comics that I'm not going to it now. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I see you next time, as always. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.